Hello everyone and welcome back to This Is Real Life. On today's DIY Wednesday video, we are going to create the most amazing, spooky, but cute Halloween tablescape for that dining room table, buffet, wherever. We are going to recreate some very cool pieces that I found on the interwebs. We're gonna do a really simple centerpiece, some planters out of skeleton heads, and some really cool pumpkin taper candle holders. And bonus, those HomeTalk wall sconces. Yep, I went out to the Dollar Tree, got the supplies, and we are making those today. So let's go over my inspiration and all of the supplies we're gonna need. We're gonna knock this out fairly quickly. So first up, I saw these skeleton head planters at Michael's, they put out Halloween years in advance, and I believe at the time they were $14.99 each, and I thought, no, we can make those for cheaper. But now when I'm on the Michael's, of course, they're on sale. They're $7.49 each. Depending on the foliage you use inside the skeleton, I still think we can get away with it for cheaper than $7.50. It might be tight, but I'm saying I think it's doable. But when I was on their website, they also have a different version that I didn't see that is still currently $14.99. What I think we'll do is we'll combine each of the versions basically with whatever fake foliage you find. Now, I found all of my fake foliage. I want to say it was at the Joann's because they were having Halloween picks on sale for 50 or 60% off. So go out and get you some fake foliage. It could be Dollar Tree fake foliage, and I was fully wanting to get Dollar Tree fake foliage, but my Dollar Tree, it was slim pickings when it came to the Halloween picks. Oh no, I did get a couple things from the Dollar Tree. Just these two little sparkly dudes, and then the rest I did purchase at the Joann's. So get whatever you like. Don't overdo it, just get a few. I want to make 2 of these skeleton planter situations, so I got 2 of every little pick. Then you're also gonna need your Dollar Tree skeleton heads. You are gonna wanna pick up some Dollar Tree floral foam just to shove in the bottom of the head when we decapitate him, so our picks have something to sit in. You might need a hot glue gun as well. I just had some leftover moss. You could pick up a bag from the Dollar Tree. I don't think it'll show, but just in case, I wanted to have some moss just to cover up anything on the inside. That's pretty much it for supplies on our Michael's recreation of the skeleton head planters. See, easy, I told you, easy and cheap. Now, the inspiration for this next DIY actually came from a blog that I stumbled upon. And so Lush Home had a picture of a buffet, or it looks like they were setting up maybe a candy station or something for Halloween. It's really just a spray painted black stick stuck in any sort of pot. I got this one at the Dollar Tree. And then there's crows on top of it. I'm gonna spray this black. We want everything to be black. The hardest part for me was finding the damn crows, because crows are expensive. I did run over to the Michael's and they were on sale. So I got the ginormous crow guy. Can you believe it? Regular price for this crow, who's this big, $20. But I believe I got him at 50% off. Even still, very expensive. Then they have these little 2-pack dudes in a medium size and a small size. I want to say again, I think it was 50 or 60% off of this price, so let's say $5. Then I got the babies, same price as the mediums, $9.99 for 2, but again, 50% off. I'm not buying anything full price, I'll tell you that right now. So get yourself some crows. You're gonna need some Dollar Tree floral foam for inside of your container. Now, I bought spiders. I'm not sure if I will use them. I just liked them because they were sparkly and they were cheap. The inspiration photo uses crows and little mini plastic witches cauldrons. I didn't want to use witches cauldrons, and if they don't get used in this project, believe you me, I will find another use for them. But I kind of plan on putting them on this project. I also got this garland. I think my initial idea was I could wrap the stick, but I don't really think I want to do that anymore because I want to keep it simple and cost effective. effective. So I'll just use this somewhere else. You don't need garland. The inspiration does not have garland. But what you are gonna need is a stick. So go in your backyard, trim a couple trees. You want something that has an upright, but then also curves and flows across this way. That was my hardest part. Every branch that I was chopping was more like upright, and for my dining room table and where I want to put it, upright does not work for me. Any branch that you trim is gonna be fine, but you just want to make sure that it's not too tall that it hits maybe a chandelier, or it's not too prickly. Like I did break off a bunch of the prickly pieces. We are going to spray paint this black as well, so you are gonna need to pick up a can of black spray paint if you don't already have some in your garage. Oh, and I have some leftover moss as well to fill this with. I have this gray moss from the dollhouse build last year, and I think that's gonna look really cool with the all black aesthetic. So the black pot with the black branch with the black crows, the black spiders, and the gray moss, I think that's gonna look really cool. So that's all you need for this one. Now, the third DIY we will be doing, and you're like, dang, 3 DIYs? It's because they're all gonna be super simple and super quick and super cheap. You know, in my mind, it always comes together really quickly, and I think we're on track for that. The pumpkin taper candle holders. Now, I found those on the Kirkland's website, and the full price for a set of 2 was $17.99. They are on sale now for $8.99. However, I got the supplies at the Dollar Tree, and a set of 2 is literally gonna cost us $2.50. So what you're gonna need, these are called flocked pumpkin garland, 6 feet long. I know the Dollar Tree has those other individual, I think they come on like maybe they're on a pick, and I did have those in my hands until I saw these. I liked the size of these because we are gonna have to carve out a hole in the middle. So you do want them to be semi-substantial in size. So from this garland, you could probably make 3 or 4 depending on how you stack them and how you arrange them. And then I even picked up the cutest twist candles, and they're orange. I got these from the Dollar Tree as well. You can use any candle you want, white candles, black candles, any kind of candles. This happens to be a real candle, but you could get battery operated tapers. They have those at the Dollar Tree too. And that's all you need for this Kirkland's, who is selling these on sale right now for $8.99, regular price like $18. And then I don't need to tell you the supplies for our HomeTalk wall sconces. If you saw the just because you can doesn't mean you should video, you know that that is where I got this idea. And I asked you guys if you want me to recreate those, but with my spin on them. Resounding yes, yes, yes. So I have scrap wood, but I know a lot of you do not. And I had mentioned that the Dollar Tree does carry little pieces of wood. And so I purchased 2 little wooden planks from the Dollar Tree. I also got the hideous skeleton hands, but we are gonna manipulate these to make them look a little bit cuter and position them a little bit better. I picked up 2 of the battery operated pillar Dollar Tree candles, and I also got some crayons from the Dollar Tree, because what I loved about this idea is the red melted wax along the edge. You're also gonna need some hot glue for this project, and you are gonna need some sort of a little hanger back so that you can actually hang these on the wall, as well as 1 screw to screw through here and screw our hand on. Well, you'll need 2 screws, 1 for each sconce, and that will be the hardware needed for this. I also want these to be black. So I have this Dollar Tree, which now that I'm thinking about it, it's like, yeah, I wanted to one-stop shop. You know that you can also get these at the Michael's and the Joann's for 99 cents. So just because it's the Dollar Tree doesn't mean it's always best or cheapest to purchase things from the Dollar Tree, because we're gonna use it to paint this. And I'm just gonna use foam brushes. I also purchased at the Dollar Tree. So yeah, I told you guys, lots of stuff. You could probably, had I not needed, because the Dollar Tree does not have crows, but for the most part, it's Dollar Tree. So very, very affordable. Now that we know our supplies, let's get into it. So very, very first thing I wanna do before I even think about how to put any of these things together, anything that needs to get painted, I wanna do that now. we want to be very efficient with our time. So I know I need to spray this black. I know these need to be painted black, and I need to paint my stick black. I'm gonna leave these skulls exactly how they are, but if you wanted to, you could sand down the little seam here. I'm just mentioning it in case you have like a bigger seam and it looks super plasticky and fake. But I'm not gonna paint these or do anything to them. Yeah, so I'm gonna take my 3 items out to the garage, get those painted, leave them out there to dry, and then we'll come back in and start assembling the rest of our projects. Okay, I'm back in from spray painting and painting. So while that's happening, I figure let's get started on our Michaels inspired skeleton head plant situations. So we don't need any of this. Get it out of the way. We need our skeleton heads, our foam, and our picks. Oh, and a blade. We need a blade because we have to cut his brains out. And a Sharpie. So sit him down and then kind of, you know, it doesn't have to be great. It's jig-jaggedy. We're gonna cut a small-ish, big-ish hole. I'm eyeballing it. I'm guessing. I think it'll be fine. I do kind of want them to be a little bit similar in the hole cutout, so I think that's good. All we need to do now is take our blade. Be careful, but these are so easy to cut. So I'm just gonna stab a little hole. And again, it doesn't have to be perfectly great. We just need a hole out of here. I wanted to use a sawing motion, but that's not exactly working. So a little stab saw might be better. It's a little thick where the seam is, so just be careful of that. But where it's extra thin, you can actually saw a little bit. Okay, yay, done. Now we have our 2 headless skulls. We need to shove in some floral foam in here. Just hot glue a piece of floral foam to the bottom. Okay, good. I'm contemplating putting another piece of floral foam. I'm not gonna use the full block. I'm gonna cut the block in half because I just need a thin little piece here. Good, and good. Easy enough. Now all we need to do is take our picks and arrange them in here. It's not hard. So this is where you get to use your creative license, and you can arrange this however you want. Okay, so I started to arrange the floral in my little skull heads, and it was falling over. It wasn't weighted enough. These little skeleton heads are so lightweight that anything was toppling them over. So I went into my backyard and I got some rocks to fill in the front of his face. If it's not enough weight, I'll go put more rocks, but I think we'll be okay. So now I can refill with my foam and rearrange them now. Okay, that was very, very easy. And look how cute they are. All I have to do now is just put moss to cover up the floral foam. The rocks in the chin worked fine. They're totally weighted. I'm totally happy with them. They are not going to fall over. So, aside from putting moss in them, these are done. We're at about $7 or $8 per each one, which is still cheaper than, well, if we call it $7, we're cheaper than the sale price, and ours looks way better. If we call it $8, we're pretty much at the sale price, but half of what they wanted originally, full price. And again, ours look way cuter because their cheapy ones just have like one fake like succulent thing in it. So I'm just gonna put moss in, and then we can move on to project number 2. Let's make those Kirkland taper candle holders. So I'm gonna get my Dollar Tree. Oh, these were actually $3 at the Dollar Tree, so a little bit more expensive of an item. I didn't realize that until I just took this off just now. So whereas I thought we were gonna be able to make a set of 2 for $2.50, now it's gonna be more like $3.50.
It's no deal.
So let's take our pumpkin garland out. We are not gonna be using the stems, so rip it out. You want 4 pumpkins with nothing on them. You don't even have to be that careful about it because we're gonna be cutting out the center anyways. There we go. Now, the Kirkland's version is 2 pumpkins stacked and then a 1 little pumpkin guy. Again, creative license. If you want to do a 2 pumpkin stack version with a 1 stack, totally. My only apprehension about that is these are styrofoam. I would hate for the weight of the candle to tip over one styrofoam pumpkin. For our purposes, we should make both taper candle holders a stack of 2 pumpkins. I just feel more secure about that, and I think they'll still look just as darling. I don't really want to draw on this. I just kind of want to get an idea. Our top pumpkin, we want the hole to go all the way through from top to bottom. Our bottom pumpkin, we only want the hole to go about halfway through. Then take your blade. I was thinking would like a melon baller be a good idea? I don't know. I think I have this apple core. Okay, I have my apple core. I don't know if this will work, but I want to give it a try. I mean, it's the same diameter as a candle. So, let's see. Center it, press and twist. Oh, oh, oh. It's cutting, it's going through. It's taking a little bit of work, but it went all the way through. Wow, look at that. If you have an apple core, I suggest you go get it. If not, just use a blade, but come on. So let me just see if I can mark that. Eyeballing about halfway. Now we might have to dig this out with a blade or scissors or something, but it's cut. Okay, don't worry, you can dig it out. It's just styrofoam in here. Now, I'm gonna take the one that's my top, the hole goes all the way through. Here's my one that's the bottom, the hole does not go all the way through. Line them up to where they fit together nicely. Put some hot glue on the bottom of my top one. Don't want a ton, because I don't want a lot of squeeze out on this. Line those up. Press and hold, press and hold. Hold it forever. It is styrofoam, so wait for it to dry. Clamp, clamp, clamp it down. I mean, come on. It's pretty easy. Look. It looks literally just like the Kirkland one. You know what would be really cute is if we had some green, like to have like a little green leaf coming off of here. I didn't buy a fake green foliage, but if you had a fake green foliage lying around like a leaf, but seriously, can't nobody tell me that's not from the Kirklands. Now in the Kirklands, they displayed theirs with a white taper. I just liked these curly orange tapers, so there you have that. Pumpkin taper candle holder, easy. I just have to do it to this now and then I'll have a set of 2. Okay, that was easy enough. I did go, I'm toying. I went in to the spare bathroom and I have a fake plant in there, so I strategically cut off 2 little leaves, and I can't decide if I like the leaf in each one or if I don't. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna leave them here and I'm gonna marinate on it. I may not like it. The more that I'm looking at it, I think the leaf makes it look a little cheesy and a little less classy. I don't think leaves. Maybe a different leaf, but you guys, when you make these, you can decide if you want a leaf, if you don't want a leaf. The only thing I'm not loving is that my hole is a little bit tiny bigger than the candle, and I can see if I look just right, the white styrofoam on the inside, but then also that's me like scrutinizing them and holding them up to my face and looking around. I don't think when these are sitting on your table or a buffet, anybody else is gonna notice, but if you wanted to be extra and that was bothering you, you could get like an orange Sharpie or some orange paint and paint the inside just so you didn't see any of that white. But all in all, these are done and they are ready to set on the buffet. And if I wanted to, I could make 2 more and then have a leftover pumpkin. I'm just saying, super cheap, and we're done. Before I forget, disclaimer, this is a real candle, and if I light them, it will be a real open flame. This is styrofoam. Do not burn these unattended. There, I've said it. If you catch fire to your own house, that's on you, it's not on me, because I already gave you the disclaimer. Do not burn unattended, okay? Nobody wants a fire on Halloween. Awesome, now that our candle holders are done, I went out to my driveway and things are dry enough. So let's move on to DIY number 3 and make that really cool centerpiece that I found on that blog. If you already have a black container or you find a black container at the Dollar Tree or wherever thrift store, you don't have to spray paint, but I had to spray paint mine. And while I was at it, I also spray painted my super cool stick. It is now black. So, I mean, it's not gonna get easier. We're gonna stick some floral foam in our container, then we're gonna stick our stick in our container, and then we're gonna glue on our crows. And we might wire our crows on. I haven't quite decided yet. So first, let me just cut this floral foam in half so I can shove it in and then shove other pieces around it so it's nice and secure. Shove that down in there. We want it nice and snug because this stick is a little cattywampusy, especially since it's leaning to one side more than the other. Should I go into my yard and put some rocks in like the gaps right there, just so it's weighted? I think I might. I don't want it to topple over. So I'm gonna go put some rocks in there, then fill the rest with floral foam, then shove my stick in it. Okay, rocks are in, and now I just want to shove in some more floral foam to like get everything in there nice and snug. I think that's pretty good. Let's see if it holds our stick. Trying to get it probably not super in the middle, but kind of in the middle. Oh, I think we hit the bottom. Ooh, let's see, is it wobbly? No, it seems good. It's pretty cute. Okay, now I can shove my moss all around. Get it shoved into all the crevices, cover up all of that floral foam. And this was just leftover moss I had from last year. I know some might say hoarder, but others might say save it because you never know when you're gonna use it again. And this is the perfect example of that. And look at that. And I still have a little bit left, saving it. So I've got my ginormous crow, which, I don't know, maybe he's too big. Creative license, don't forget. And these have little wires already on their feet. So since these are like pretty weightless, they should probably go more towards the end of our sticks. Maybe this guy is perched like here. And then we have our two medium ones. And I want them like facing different ways, loosely putting them on just so I could see if I like it. Does maybe another one go here? Oh yeah, I think so. And we're still doing good. Nothing's toppling over. I did not realize how huge this guy was. I actually have a smaller one than this that I've had for years and years and years. I might go get him and switch him for this one because he's ginormous. Yeah, this is my old crow and this is the new crow. So I think he's probably a little better for this centerpiece as far as size-wise is concerned. Poor guy, he's missing a feather. I have had him for years, so maybe he's molting, is that what that's called?
I'm so ticked off that I'm molting.
But that's okay, he is a mature crow. We're not gonna fault him for that. So I think he will go here. Oh my gosh, I already love it. I don't think it needs spider. Uh-oh, he might be too heavy. I might have to put more rocks in. Oh. See, I kind of had a feeling, and I should have stopped when I had my feeling. I was thinking, I don't have any rocks at the bottom. They're just on the sides, filling in the gaps where the foam is. Right now, it's fine. But if I want to add him anywhere on this branch, it is gonna tip. I think I need to pull this out, pull my foam out, pull my moss out, basically start all over again so I could put heavy rocks at the bottom of this so it doesn't fall. But I love this already. So don't get this size crow. He's way too big. I would just get a couple of the medium and the small size. And the only reason why I'm using this one is because I like 5. Had I realized this was gonna be too big, I probably just would have gotten another package of the small crows and called it a day. But I'm working with what I have and it's gonna look amazing. But I have to take it all apart and fill it with more rocks. I'll go do that right now. Okay, so we're back to where we started. I have this fully filled with rocks and the floral foam and the moss. Everything is in place. This feels very sturdy. So now I can actually wire on my birds. If you are planning to do this as a centerpiece, like on your dining room table, where people will be seeing it 360 all the way around, you will want to make sure that your crows are facing all different ways. If you want to do this and put it like on a buffet up against a wall where people are only going to be viewing it from the front, then put your crows on so that they're facing everybody. So I'm putting my crows on every which way so that I have the freedom to move it wherever I would like. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just get your little crows, wire them on or hot glue them on. I'm not doing spiders. I like it. Less is more in this instance. But if you wanted to do spiders, go right ahead. And you're done. I told you, today was gonna be easy and we're knocking so many DIYs out in such a short amount of time. Okay, that's done. I've moved it out of the way. And before we move on to our bonus DIY, I need to clean up my mess because I've got foam, styrofoam, floral foam, crap everywhere. So let me clean up and then we'll come back for bonus DIY from HomeTalk. Okay, so I've cleaned up my workspace, but I just noticed our dear friend, little Carl, and I had to show you guys because I was replying to a comment from Jill Potts earlier today where she asked, how were they doing like around all of my Halloween decor? And I was telling her that damn Carl has knocked down almost every single one of those little witch's potion bottles that I purchased at the Target dollar spot. I only have 2 left. So I've had glass, glitter, you can imagine, everywhere. And here's why. There's Carl. He just thinks he can be in amongst all of the Halloween decor. And yeah, he's up here in with the witch's potions, just acting like he's part of the scene, making room for himself, breaking things left and right. This is why we can't have nice things. So yeah, Carl. And I haven't had the heart to tell Davis that all of his painstaking work on filling all of those little potion bottles with his concoctions, I only have 2 left now. Carl. Anyways, moving on to our bonus DIY. What is it? We're making the HomeTalk wall sconces. So, boards have already been painted black. I painted the fronts and all of the edges, but I didn't worry about the back. So these are the battery operated pillar candles from the Dollar Tree. I have my crayons from the Dollar Tree. I also have a regular lighter and then I have a creme brulee torch. Just didn't know which would be like faster melting power, so I have both. I'm sure a lighter will be fine. $1.25 and $1.25. Yay. Now, I'm gonna take my crayons. If you already have crayons, you don't need to buy any for $1.25, but I didn't. These are icy, scented jumbo crayons. Oh yeah. I'm gonna pull out the red crayon here. I'm gonna take off some of the paper just for safety purposes so I don't catch it on fire. I do have a paper plate under my candles, and what we want to do is drip on the edge and down with our red wax. Let's melt this. Okay, creme brulee torch might be a better situation because I don't want my thumb to burn off from the lighter. Oh, mighty Ouija. Cute. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look at it. Okay, I'm gonna do that all around. All around. Okay, and that's done. Spooky bloody candles. So cute. I love them, super easy, and I only dripped red wax on my floor in 3 spots. But I'm not worried, it's just wax. I'll take a little scraper and it will come right off. So now that we have these done, we can go ahead and set those aside so we can start working on our skeleton hands that are gonna hold these candles. Because we are gonna copy the HomeTalk fellow. And I do want to cut into some knuckles, reposition them, and glue them. He made it look like cutting was enough. I have a feeling we also might need to use our heat gun, but I'm hoping not. The palm of the hand holds these little guys very nicely. I just don't want to have it be like a flat pancake hand. I want to curl up these fingers just a little bit and make it look a little bit cuter. I don't know how well this is gonna work. Again, he made it look easy, but I don't know. So, slicing the knuckle. This plastic is less malleable than the skulls. It's a little harder. It's not nearly as hard as the tongs, but it is rigid. It feels like it might just break. We might have to bust out the heat gun because I have sliced the knuckle from seam to seam and there is 0 flexibility in this finger. I don't know what sort of hands he was using, but I felt like he said he was using these, but maybe not. Because yeah, These aren't bending. They're not bending with a slice and a little hot glue. I'll tell you that right now, HomeTalk. See, you just never know with these like big box DIY channels, because now I'm wondering, is this actually gonna screw in like I planned it to? These are very, very rigid. Let's try to heat gun it. I'm just gonna do one knuckle and see if it bends okay. Ooh, it's hot. I don't believe him. I don't believe him at all. Not with these hands, at least. And where I sliced it, now it's just coming apart at the seam. His method did not work. I know the heat gun will work. I just wouldn't slice it because the slice caused more issues than a non-slice. Let's try the top knuckle. So I got it going up just a hair. I could heat gun it a little more and curve it up even more. The plastic is thin, it's just really brittle. I'm just nervous about the part that I sliced because now that's like a weak point in this finger and I don't want it to snap. So I think I'm going to use the heat gun only. I'm gonna get a bowl of cold water so that when I have the finger bent the way I want, I can freeze it in time in the cold water. But yeah, I don't know if he had a different hand, but simply slicing it, folding it, and re-gluing it into position does not work. Yeah, they're so brittle sounding. I would just be careful. That's all I can say. So I did need to run and get a bigger bowl of ice water, and I have melted these hands as best I could. These were horrible to work with. These are basically two pieces put together. It is hollow on the inside. This hand, for example, you can't bend it that far because I split the seam. You can't really bend them as much as you would like. I bent them as much as I could. This was my second hand. I did a little bit better on the bending. I didn't crack anything. However, they're both filled with water because the seams aren't very sealed. So they do a little water jiggle. Water is getting all over my floor. But for the most part, the hands are bent. They look okay. I'm not super loving them, but my plan is to put these outside. So I think for an outdoor decor decoration, they're gonna be just fine. And then boom. All we have to do now, I got my 2 screws, I have my board. The plan was I was gonna screw in, figure out where I wanted this hand to be placed. I don't know, maybe about there. I want to screw a screw in from the back side to the front and then screw through this hand. But I don't know if this hand's gonna take it. So I think 3 inches from the bottom. I have water all over my floor. Go get a towel. I'm too lazy for that. 3 inches from the bottom is here. Then I need to find center. So that is where my screw is gonna go. Guys, I'm nervous. I'm not a fan of these hands. I just gotta say, I'm thinking for safety or for non-breaking purposes, I might need to go drill a hole in the hand, a little pilot hole. And then the plan is to be able to go like this and then screw this on. I better be safe than sorry. I should probably go drill a little hole. Okay, I drilled the tiniest little hole in each one. That was not hard. The worrisome part comes now. My plan is that I could just take this and spin it on. So far, so good, guys. So far, so good. Aha. Okay. Ooh, it's working, guys. And it's secure. I don't even think we're gonna need hot glue. Look at that! He's up. So my candle is leaning back. I didn't screw in my screw straight. Oh, but don't you worry. I can easily do that. Okay. Ah, there we go. We did it. All I need to do is put my little, how I'm gonna hang it on the back, which I should have done before I screwed the hand in. Water just keeps dripping out of here. Anyways, point of the story is, now that we have the hand on, all we have to do is put our hanger on, and these are ready to go. Now, bad thing. This candle has an on-off switch underneath. You have to be able to access that. Since I want to put these outside, what I think I'm gonna do is get some double stick foam tape so that I can like take it off and tape it back down rather than, someone's at my door, rather than hot glue. The person at the door was our dear friend Stacy. She was dropping some stuff off, and guess what she said, which I'm totally gonna do? Velcro. We can put Velcro right here, Velcro there, unvelcro it, turn it on. Velcro it back, unvelcro it, turn it off. You know what I mean. Velcro, and I actually think I have some sticky back Velcro. That's the plan, and then we'll be good. So yeah, all I have to do, hanger backs, Velcro these on, go hang them outside, do the tablescape, and we are done. Okay, everything is done, and I've set up my buffet, and I am ready for my holiday party. Are you ready to see it? Because here it comes. Dun 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 dun! Ooh, spooky holiday buffet. We are ready for all of our guests to arrive. Our buffet is set, and it took us no time and no money. Well, a little bit of money. Not that much money though, and it looks amazing. And now we're outside, so you know what that means. Last but not least, our HomeTalk Skeleton Hand Wall Sconces. Ooh, so spooky. Look at them. Very cute indeed. Are they my favorite? Not so much. But for an outdoor decor item and for like $4, I think they'll do. Okay, so you got to admit, all of those DIYs were pretty amazing and very affordable. So I ask you, why buy when you can DIY? Especially Halloween decor items. I mean, come on. I think that out of the 3 DIYs, I'm telling you, that crow centerpiece. Now those crows, if you can get them on sale at the Michaels for like 50% off, well worth it. The stick was free, the base was from the Dollar Tree, and it turned out amazing. It looks super high end, and to me, it looks like something you could purchase at the Pottery Barn or the Crate and Barrel. I'm just saying. And we made it for like pennies and super quick. The skull heads from Michaels with the flower situations in them, again, super affordable and super darling. I think the HomeTalk skeleton hand situation is probably my least favorite of the DIYs. I just think it's because you cannot manipulate those Dollar Tree hands like the guy said you could. I had the worst time with it, and if you want to make them, I would suggest you don't even bother with trying to like curl up the fingers. Just stick the flat hand on the board, set the candle on. I did use the sticky Velcro so that I could remove it, turn it on, and then place it back and it wouldn't fall off. But don't even bother with trying to manipulate those fingers up. Just leave them flat, or just don't make those at all. That's all I'm saying. Now, I did promise you guys in a couple of videos past that I would tell you about this. I've always wanted to have a crystal ball, and it was pretty easy to make. Now, it wasn't cheap, but I do have a cheaper alternative. This crystal ball I found at the Joann's. It was expensive. It was like $40, but I did get it half off, so I did pay $20 for this. And fun fact, it lights up. Look at these hands right here. I got these at the Dollar Tree, and actually these hands did have like a skeleton bucket in them. So I broke the bucket out, I broke the hands apart. Underneath the hands here, I just hot glued them to the bottom of the crystal ball, and voila. I did have to manipulate the fingers of these hands with my heat gun just to open them a little wider to fit the ball in. But other than that, super easy. And now I have a crystal ball to put next to my spooky potions. But if you guys can't find this and you don't want to spend $20 on a crystal ball, Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree has these little dudes, these little crystal balls. Now it's not gonna light up. I think technically it's like a candy container maybe, but $1.25, and then our tongs, you could cut off the wrist, take your heat gun, you might not even have to heat gun them, and just hot glue one to one side and one to the other. It'll be on a little bit of a smaller scale, but it's skeleton hands holding a crystal ball nonetheless, and it would only cost you $2.50. I know. So there you have it, and there it is. Spooky tablescape decor for Halloween. If you guys are gonna make any of these, let me know in the comments below. And with all that said, if you like this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. Be sure to ring that notification bell so that you are alerted to all of the DIY Wednesday videos I push out, which is every other Wednesday at 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. Be sure to share this video with your family and friends. And as always, thanks for hanging out.